Hey folks, Doug Rice decided to change up a little bit as we go live on YouTube. Welcome to the Doug Rice Show. Let's talk. I'm doing this a bit differently. I'm sitting in the old gaming chair. I think I've fashioned a somewhat better background, or just a different background. Who the fuck cares? But I'm still doing the same format. I'm still reading up on the news, which justifies my cry for all of us to reassess our commitment to this idea of America, to this idea of all of us coming together in one conglomerated people. I'm going to remind you that we are Hebrews. That is the main point of my being here. And that being said, Hebrews are set apart. Hebrews are of special possession to the Most High God, and as Negroes, as Hebrews, as captives in this penal colony. Well, I think it only fair that the word go out. Let the word go out. We're trapped. See, and goodness gracious, this thing is riding up on me. Let me remove this. Boom. Oh yeah, folks, I'm not playing. I gotta do mine. I gotta do me. So you know what I do, folks, when I get here is, in justification of what I believe our future course needs to be in this country, and I only say that as a singularity. I mean, I only encourage people, brothers, sisters, allies, to simply listen to what I'm saying. Make your own determinations. Always check my math. I have I believe, a gift of retention and recall. Retention and recall. And so I have been adept at remembering most of what I've read most of my life. And it's only now really coming into play. Over the last 10 years, I've done the research needed to come to the conclusion that we, in fact, are Hebrews. Now, there's some contention as to whether or not we are the lost tribe of Judah, and other Hebrew tribes are scattered throughout the globe. That may very well be the case. And at this point, for me in history, is not my problem. I'm not concerned. I am concerned with the Hebrews here in America, more likely the tribe of Judah, trapped within this country, true royalty on the planet, while being treated like this. And by like this, I mean, in sliding into my format, what I do, folks, is I Google just a couple of search terms, one just black news. Then I look up the search returns, and I open up a few tabs. Here we've got blacknews.com, Black News Channel, News One, The Root, and The Griot. These are reputable, grade A, first return search URLs. And from the various news sources, from the various places they come from, all one needs to do is just put together the patchwork that proves we as Negroes need to remain apart, and that's it. And use DuckDuckGo. Google lies, that very, very well may be true. I don't have an aversion to any particular search engine. I'm just looking for the first few search terms, Sergio. That's it. Just the first few top ones, and I trust Griot, The Root, News One, Black News. They're okay. They're a good read. They're a good read. Now, if someone would tell me, make sure that you can hear me, well, please, because I have this blue microphone, but I also have my AC unit, which in Phoenix has to keep me cool. Can't do this. Thank you. I can't do this. Can't do this any other way, or it'll look like I'm in there smoking crack. And as I've said, I'm the guy that slipped through the crack. Yeah. You have to watch more of me to know what I'm talking about. Okay, so welcome. Here we go. What's this? National Black Bank Foundation partners with $1.2 billion Atlanta-based organization to accelerate wealth building in Black communities. Now, I don't have a problem with this on its surface, but I feel it important that we preface everything we do with "till kingdom come." I find that extremely important. I think it's important that we really gauge our activity in accordance with kingdom interests, and the fact that the priority of what we consider to be the Lord's Prayer. I don't know if people I don't call it the Lord's Prayer. I just call it what He's priority. Father, heaven, name, kingdom come, will be done, earth, heaven, boom. Then give. Then give. Give us, give us, give us. Most of us just start with the give. Just give. Here, Heavenly Father, please give. And I can imagine if your parents are looking at you, and every time you call your fucking parents, you're asking for something. And all of us, well, not all of us. I don't have children like that. I don't. But some of us have children like that, where every time you pick up the phone, they don't ask how you're doing. They don't ask if everything's okay. I think the Creator would appreciate, Father, I appreciate your providing, and I got this. I'm going to do this myself because I know you're busy. How about that? Hey, Dad, I was just calling to let you know I had a problem, but guess what? I fixed it myself. And it was because the things you taught me back when I was growing up, that's why I fixed it. Have a good day. How come we don't pray to God and tell Him that? Hey, Creator, I got this. Don't worry about it. I wonder, wouldn't you as a parent love to hear your children call you up and say, hey, I got this? And you're like, that's right, you got it. So, National Black Foundation, where was I going? I'll tell you. National Black Foundation partners. Well, here's the deal. How long do you think this is going to go on? Seriously. Okay, you want to do this? I'm cool with that. I'm about that. Okay. But what real faith are these individuals putting in the kingdom? See how crazy you look when you actually believe Scripture? You can't be in this world and talk about God's kingdom. You can't. Everything looks fucking haywire. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I just think that way. I think that way because I understand that we want to do. I understand we want to thrive and survive, but till kingdom come. That's all. Let's see what else we got. So I'm on blacknews.com. Y'all can follow with me. So elderly Black woman files lawsuit after police dragged her by her hair during a traffic stop. My goodness, I'm surprised that police officer isn't pressing charges for assault. You touched that woman's hair, you dragged her by her hair? Really? I know that was stereotypically bad, but I figured what the fuck. She's a 68-year-old Black woman from Raleigh, North Carolina. She's filed lawsuit claiming police officers used excessive force on her during a traffic stop. Well, by God, they certainly fucking did if they dragged her by her hair. For God's sake. Okay. Black woman police brutality victim launches online community for other survivors. I'm just going to ask, is she making money with that? What? I know I'm an asshole. I know. From blacknews.com, I'm just, fuck what? Listen, let me tell you something. The one thing I encourage people to do, all people, I encourage everyone to continuously examine what motivates you to do what you do. Most of us don't pay particular attention to our motivations, but until you look closely at others and their motivations, you won't understand how vitally important it is to monitor and maintain close watch on your own motivations. That's all. I just wanted to know if she was making any money with it. So there we go. First woman behind. Just reading down, seeing if I can find something interesting. As you know, folks, I encourage all of us to avoid caucasity. That I guess that presumption of position The assumption of, the assumption of intrusion. You know, caucasity is that thing that causes people to make a comment if they see black people in their presence, offer help, point out their blackness, ask a question directly related to our community and things, tell us of what they've done, make a comment concerning. I can't really stop with the descriptives of what we have to endure out there, but it is amazing. And to think that some just don't believe it happens. And I like to read things. Black girl banned from skating rink after facial recognition software misidentified. Let me go ahead and address this. You know, the facial recognition software they're coming up with is slanted to see all of us looking the same. You know that, right? I mean, in some way, shape, or form, that melanin, that hue in our face, perhaps maybe it's just something about our faces in general. But these machines seem to mix us up while getting them right most times. And this type of shit happens, this type of nonsense. They fear us for what they did and are doing. They can't sweep everything under the carpet, but they try so very hard. I said it on a TikTok video. They come at me. I say, here's what you motherfuckers are doing. We got two in New Jersey that can't shut their fucking mouth, male, female. They throw around expletives like candy. I pointed out on a TikTok video, you know what the fuck I get? There's bad people everywhere. There's always bad people everywhere when we talk about what white folks are doing to black people. Am I wrong there, or am I missing something, or what? I mean, it's curious to me. And please understand the opposite. When they bring up Chicago to us, that thought process that there are bad people everywhere doesn't seem to come into play. Y'all notice that shit? There are only bad people everywhere when white people are the topic of bad people. You know what I mean. Suppose when I talk about them and they come at me with the black people are committing, 12% of the population is committing 90% of the crime. These weird. Why don't we just tell them, but they're bad people everywhere? What do you think they would say? I'm just saying, how many of us have actually said that stupid fucking shit to them when they tell me about Chicago, Philly? You tell me about Detroit, St. Louis. I don't see one of us come back at them and say, well, there are bad people everywhere. You know why? Because, they look us like we've lost our fucking minds. If we dared let that stupidity come out our fucking mouth, they just go, what did you just say? But notice, if I talk about some clown that decided to get in a Las Vegas hotel room and decide to spray bullets down on motherfuckers, killing over 50 of them. They're bad people everywhere. Well, in this instance, there's a bad person that looked just like your fucking ass. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. White man committed murder yesterday. Yeah. The black man ran a stop sign today. They're the ones that have lost their fucking minds. They have a real lock on things that use a lot of public things, slander, but they are using the tech and targeting people who've got to ruin their lives. All designed. It's absolutely true. The thing is we have to have this slow or steady frequency that disrupts our furtherance, our uplifting. I mean, it's like this. I don't want to say it's a glass ceiling. I'm going to say it's a ceiling of whiteness over us all. And that ceiling of whiteness, only permits specifically Negroes to go just so high. And don't say it's not the case because it's fucking true. I know you don't like hearing it, but fuck you. It's what you fuckers do. I mean, I'm good with it. Maybe I've decided to change ceilings. Maybe my target ceiling has nothing to do with you motherfuckers anymore. I'm thinking maybe that's the course of action. I mean, if you're going to put something over me, I should just move to the right, move to the left. I should, before even beginning the task of ascension, I believe I'm going to look up and make sure ain't nothing there to keep me motherfucking down. You better believe it. I'm just trying to figure it out. Look at the roster of who runs this motherfucking country. If you think shit ain't fucking twisted, slanted, to maintain the status quo of caucasity in this country, and I say let them have it. Why are we begging to be a part of that apparatus which treats us like this? Fuck you. I mean, I ain't going nowhere. No, I'm not going nowhere. I'm staying right here. You'll hear my fucking mouth every goddamn day. What? Yeah, I know, right? And now I'm comfortable, right? This could go well. I don't want to know, Doug, what's your fucking problem? Doug, how can you sit in front of a camera and just rant for an hour and a half because you motherfuckers give me so much goddamned material? The message I'm trying to convey, I mean, in its least common goddamn denominator, folks, is this. Black people in America, get that goddamn grin off your fucking face as you move about this penal colony for Negroes. That's all. Hands up. That's all I'm asking. You know what? Don't read shit. Don't listen to me. Fuck Doug Rice. I'm nobody. I'm fucking navel lint. But all I'm encouraging is to do this. Walk around this country without a goddamn grin on your face and see how they treat you. I'm just saying, I'm not fomenting. How about this? Walk around without a goddamn grin on your face, staying the fuck out of theirs. You try it. It almost can't happen. Why? I'll tell you why. We're so accustomed to walking around with comfort on our face, offering that calmness, that we're either entertaining, all the predictable things that we do in front of our oppressors, programmed into our very psyche to resist the performance that we put on for these motherfuckers is almost like pulling good goddamned teeth. Aren't you tired? Black girl banned from skating rink after facial recognition software misidentifies her. You want to know how they see us? That's how they see us. That's how they see us. So white parents, this from blacknews.com. I'm Doug Rice. Welcome to the Doug Rice Show. Format is real simple. You ask me why I am the way I am. You ask me, why, Doug? Why do you want us to get our goddamn faces straight? Why can't I smile? Well, I'm going to tell you why you can't smile. You can't smile because there's nothing to fucking smile about. You understand me? I don't know where you think you are, okay? If you got a shit-eating grin on your goddamn face and you can't wipe it off, I need you to exit stage goddamn right. And I mean that shit. Get the fuck out. You can't take this shit seriously if your surroundings don't tell you you're in danger, folks. I don't know how else to read this. White parents upset after former teacher launches Black Math Genius Program. Get that fucking grin off your goddamn faces. They ain't fucking grinning. Now, I'm wondering about the parents that are upset. Why are they upset? White parents. Why are white parents upset? Blacknews.com is the source. Let's dig into it, folks. I don't do this often. I click into it. I read it. We'll see how it goes. White parents upset. And after former teacher, she's not even a teacher. I believe I've read this, but it's Lamalde Asatamor, former educator and high school principal, launched the Black Math Genius Program to address the dismal mathematics proficiency amongst Black students that continue to plague this country. Now, she says she's doing it in good faith. Never intended to threaten white people, as it reads. It was and always will. Well, it was and will always be about Black students and their success. Program based on an African-centered pedagogy that puts Black students at the center of learning by teaching students the true origins of mathematics Africa. Well, I know that fucked them up, huh? Why would that anger them? Are the true origins of mathematics from Africa? Or is she teaching fact? By highlighting the many contributions by Black people to the STEM field, building the mathematical confidence of Black students by showing them what's possible. Wow. Seems a very positive thing. Why is this so threatening? Because no one wants to lose their cash cows. Certainly not a no college degree having stomped by fraction, perplexed, insecure, churlish, adult-sized child. Wow. This lady's digging in. Wow. How we doing, Grand Rising, Bobby? I mean, I don't want to read the whole thing. Obviously, there's a threat of Black excellence. I'm really of the mind that the threat of Black excellence, especially Black male excellence, and I want to point that out. I'm all good with our sisters doing their thing. But here's the real thing we need to dial in. Let me tell you what they're really afraid of. They're afraid of Black maleness. They're afraid of Black strength, Black leadership, Black men. Reason I know they're afraid is because they're putting so many of us in dresses and having us kiss so many other Black men and white men. Just, all right, okay. But damn, they seem to love it, though. I mean, they love to see us in a goddamn dress, don't they? For God's sake, some of us look good. I'm good with that. Okay, right? You do you. This new dude, Billy, whatever his name is, he's in a dress. I understand he has AIDS. Hats off and apologies to him. Right, another one. What's this kid that's selling blood in tennis shoes? Kissing on dudes. It seems that everything the Most High God has said won't get you into the kingdom is what these motherfuckers are promoting. I go down the list of what it says. Neither this, or this will enter into the kingdom of heaven. And yet, that is what some of you were. So there's a shot for anybody. Some people just don't take it. And isn't it odd that almost everything mentioned is everything the Creator frowns upon? Now, those things have become popular. And I'm crazy. Yes, let me tell you something, folks. I'm going to say this again. If you believe in the scriptures, and you apply and live by what you see in scriptures, and you adjust your thinking to coincide with scriptural teaching, you are going to look like a fucking madman to these motherfuckers. You're not going to look right. They're going to call you insane. I mean, you're going to be every fucking name in the book. And I dare say, you'll probably be attacked in some way. And that's just the fucking truth. Because in order for you to even be considered a subject of the kingdom, you have to reject all the world has to offer. And just to give you a heads up, it's difficult. It's not easy. It's like, you got, and really it says to examine all things, to scrutinize everything. And I'm telling you, you have to scrutinize every fucking thing. This shit's going to hell in a handbasket, but there's nothing to be afraid of. Be attentive. That's all. What's up, brother? I am doing well. I'm trying to, I'm reading the news. You guys see the math teacher. Again, I segued into black male excellence. There's nothing wrong with that. Civil rights activist Robert Moses, dead at 86. Civil rights activist. I am so sorry to hear of him passing. His debt is paid. I'm looking at a synonym for civil rights. And a synonym for me regarding civil rights is wool pulled over our eyes. Civil rights. Let me see another synonym for civil rights. Let's fool Negroes. That's what civil rights. Yeah. Because you have to understand, this man basically lent his life to further a prospect of civil rights that they never intended to honor, ever. I mean, it's just, to me, it's like, it's the most ridiculous. If you compare what's going on now to what went on when he was alive, there's really nothing that has changed. I don't see their attitudes adjusting from when this 86-year-old giant, as they call him, went to town and trying to obtain civil rights. Why do we need to obtain civil rights from these people? Why are we looking for motherfuckers to validate us and make us whole, to define us as a people? We are constantly reaching out to them for this validation, for this acceptance. And I will tell you, they will never give it. They can never look at a slave, a former slave, something that they owned, and consider it equal to themselves. And we need to stop looking for it. And I'm talking about the very first ones that utter the hypocritical words, "We've never owned slaves." I don't even want to hear that bullshit from them. They're trying. For me, that when they say shit like, "I never owned a slave," that's just them. They know what they're talking about. They know exactly what I'm talking about. They know why they've said that. Because, they're racist motherfuckers. If I talk about slave ownership and the motherfucker don't open up his mouth, there's a good chance he hasn't owned a slave. But for the motherfuckers that, if I talk about what we should never fucking forget about, ever, the motherfuckers start telling me to get over it. What they're asking is for permission from me, for them to be as racist as hell internally. Get over it. Let me have my racist sentiment and let it be kept to myself, only to be brought out at the moment in time it pisses me off that I listen to your music or see you in my fucking field of vision. No, ain't no fucking passes. Everybody got their coffee? Good. Let's continue. So we're on BMC. Now let's go ahead and to the root here. See what the root has to offer. So in politics, it's an interesting. Michael Flynn. You folks know who Michael Flynn is. He's the another one, racist guy. Gifted with an AR-15. Somebody gave him an AR-15. Now, this is the guy that was principal in all that he said and done in furthering this riot. So, of course, he threatened to shoot someone in Washington, D.C. So this man was given an AR-15 as a gift. And with the gift, he threatened to shoot someone. Man, please, don't tell me to smile and grin. Don't smile. Blue Lives Matter. During emotional testimony, officers recall how MAGA insurrectionists almost killed a cop and repeatedly called another the N-word. This from theroot.com, page 1. I think one of the largest items under criminal justice. I'll read it again. Blue Lives Matter, ? During emotional testimony, officers recall how MAGA insurrectionists almost killed a cop and repeatedly called another the N-word. So this is who the fuck was there on January 6th. This is who they corralled together to go up there, all in an effort to call us the N-word. This is who we're dealing with. And you think it's safe to walk around grinning? You want to put them at ease while they build this shit up? Is that what you want? Maybe if you walk around without that shit-eating grin off your goddamn faces, I mean, what, they're going to ask us what the problem is and we can turn them to the fucking root. I don't get it. All right, so that's there. Interesting. Costa Rican gymnast Luciana Alvarado puts on for the culture with Black Lives Matter tribute at see how confused all that shit is? I need to understand. A Costa Rican gymnast, and I'm looking at her, not a Negro, puts on for the culture with Black Lives Matter tribute. So Black Lives Matter to this Costa Rican gymnast, Luciana Alvarado, who is clearly Spaniard. See how this is what they do. The issue with Negroes and Negroes only is that we can't have a Negroes only issue. And at the point in time, we do have something that involves us and only us, and God damn it, I only mean us. Not Lucinda, not Miss Alvarado, not anybody. Piping for us as if they understand what Negroes go through. Yes, folks, Negroes and Negroes alone. That's who I'm dealing with. You don't like it, I don't give a fuck. I'm just tired. I mean, Jesus, everybody's got their own thing. Except when we talk about having our own thing, they call us racist, divisive, separatist. Man, fuck you! Anyway, sorry, let me move my coffee. White person can identify as being black. They are now called transracial. Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm a little bit confused. So honestly, folks, I think we see it. And this kind of thing here kind of really gets me, that anything that we do to separate ourselves from these Gentiles is met with derision, anger, resentment, accusation, retaliation, threat. Anything that Negroes try to keep unto ourselves, whether it be a fucking conversation. And these Gentiles get in their fucking feelings, and I'm fucking done with it. At this point, I'm ready, willing, and able to invite any goddamn Gentile that gets vigorous in my fucking business, and I'm ready to tell them to go fuck off and shut the fuck up. I'm also willing and ready and able to wipe the goddamn grin off my fucking face as I walk about this shit. Now, I'm going to tell you again, I'm reading what's happening. So are we going to believe our lying eyes, or are are deceit-filled ears with these motherfuckers. I'm tired of looking at motherfuckers with their hands out in friendship while motherfuckers behind them is plotting our fucking demise. You can go fuck off. And any of you that don't see what's happening, cannon fodder. Victims. This ain't no joke. And these people are serious. They are content with filling you with bullshit while they do what they do. Now, I'm going to ask you, if you don't believe what I'm saying is true, I have a reference I can go to at any time that will tell me how to deal with Gentiles, how to deal with Caucasians. It's difficult to find one or two of these references, but you know, they're natives. Natives. And I mean the very few, the minuscule amount, that tiny population within this country corralled in fucking, I would call those plantations. I'm not going to even call them reservations. What are they reserving there? How these natives regard these motherfucking oppressors, partner, we should all take lessons. I mean, I tell you, I say this is all candid. First, and hear me on this. You don't find natives in their motherfucking faces. What? Did you hear what I just said? You don't. Did you hear me? You don't find natives in their oppressors' fucking faces. You don't find them grinning, cheesing, dancing, making them laugh, performing. Show me a fucking native that's a comedian right now. Show me one playing basketball right now. Show me one that's performing for the very motherfuckers that put them on the reservations they seem not to be able to leave. You want to know where our reservations are? All these motherfucking places they keep throwing up in our goddamn faces anytime we tell them about the treatment we receive from their heinous motherfucking asses. Those are our reservations. They pumped those reservations full of drugs in the 70s to make sure our black asses stayed on them. And stay on them we have. Don't fuck with me, man. Don't ask me to go about this fucking country grinning and cheesing and shit, because it's just something I can't do. Not anymore. See, after January 6th, when white supremacy showed its fucking ass, when they made it it's clear, you don't know her. You know, I mean, no, one of them killed us openly on camera without remorse or punishment. Because if you think 10 years is punishment, that's arrest. That's not punishment. That dude's living large. So the cop that killed brother, never paying for his crime. I mean, I need to really focus on the level of contemptuous hatred that must reside in that man's heart. To kneel on a brother's neck for 9 minutes as he cried for his mother. Let me tell you something. There's a hatred for Negroes in that motherfucker's heart that will never go away. There's no way in hell. I could not and would not. I don't care if my arch enemy. I would not kneel on anyone's neck for any amount. No, I would not do it. And listen to that individual knowing that there was no relief in sight and that he would surely die. There is no more horrifying way to go, and this motherfucker received 10 years. And you motherfuckers got nerve to walk around this country with a goddamn smile on your face. As long as the book How to Make a Negro a Christian exists, you will get no smile from me. As long as Emmett Till's accuser walks free, you motherfuckers get nothing from me. I don't know what to tell you. Here we go. Boston man, black, charged with sexually abusing a horse. What's going with all of News One? They can't regurgitate the news, for God's sake. This was a headline 3 days ago. I think they're trying to play this out. I wonder who owns this motherfucker right here. Let me see if I can identify it. Simone Biles diagnosed with a mental injury, not physical. So she has a mental injury. I'm not even going to fucking read it because honestly, I'm not that goddamn interested. You have mental problems, Simone, get the fuck over it. I'm sorry. You know what? Fuck you. You're a black woman in America. You got mental problems. You are making money. I mean, what the fuck? What is your mental injury? I don't even want to read it. What is your mental injury? You're weak? What is it? I don't care. I don't fucking care. You decided I want to be a gymnast, world class. I want to perform. I want to flip in front of all these motherfuckers. I want to make my fucking mark in front of these motherfuckers. Now they watching you and you suffering from mental injury. Moving on. Capitol officer testifies that 6 rioters hurled the N-word. 6! Meanwhile, 6,000 of them was thinking it. Fuck out my face. I don't care. Save voting rights, save democracy. No, democracy must die. Democracy will die. Democracy will be killed off. Democracy is not the way to go. You know, man rule has been tried over and over and over again, and I vote for the kingdom. How about that? I've already cast my vote. It's theocracy, and I'm waiting. Kingdom come. This nonsense must go. There is no hope. There is none. There is none. Tell you what I mean. Okay, so let's just say for shits and giggles, let's just say Kamala Harris wins next election and she is the best president since sliced bread. Okay. In 8 years, she's out of there and who knows what's going on. There's no consistency. There's no ability. There's no stick-to-itiveness in democracy. Fuck that. It's a fluctuating fucking pile of horse shit. I said it. I'm not going to save democracy. Democracy is just another fucking fancy word for let's enslave Negroes. What? Do y'all know how this country was founded? Do you know why they founded the United States of America? It wasn't just lazy white people who wanted to own slaves and screw them at the same time out of the sight of the king without paying taxes. No. No. That wasn't just it. Read the book, Hiding the Hebrews, Dante Forson, available Amazon. Good book. Tells a story, the plot, long-term plot, why we are here. We are here as a result of a very long-term played-out plot that began with the plot to identify us. You know what I'm talking about. A couple of examples in Scripture that say, when you run from a situation and run into a society where the androgyny runs wild and everybody looks the same, it's kind of difficult to keep track of what's going on. So, and that happened twice. Twice in Scriptures, skin color played a large part in identifying people. And so the first part of this enslavement, the preparation was to bring about this new thing called white supremacy. But to do that, you had to prove there was at least something to it, so you had to You had to adjust the genetics of a certain segment of the population to give the appearance that, in fact, it may be the case. So here comes Rh negative blood. Alien DNA. Provable. 100% fact. I'm not sitting there blowing smoke up your ass. They don't know where Rh negative genetics comes from. If they tell you they do, they're fucking lying. I've read the math. I've done the math. I've read the math, and I've done the calculate. I don't know. You know what the fuck I mean. And Rh negative motherfuckers devoid of melanin, blue eyes, blonde hair. I'm not saying everybody with blue eyes, blonde hair is fucking, no, that's stupid. What I'm saying is that look up the term Rh negative people. That's all I want you to do. And it appears that upon that basis, they built white supremacy up. They had to. Here's the reason I say it's true. And you can take this for what you want. Rh negative people are slightly more intelligent than people who are not Rh negative. And it was infused into the human population on purpose, purposefully. Rh negative blood was infused in the human population purposefully, period. And that set the stage for the next step, which was creating the country and then, creating the system of transport while then creating the country to house Negroes. And in this particular scenario, this particular country, the basis on which it was built, the foundation on which this country was built, was the inequality of the people within it. Written into its very fabric, white supremacy for the purpose of identifying the Negroes that would be imprisoned within it. That's why I don't like white supremacy. I hope everybody get me. Well, it's not just capitalism. It's this whole system. The kingdom is probably going to involve a complete. I'm beginning to get this idea that we might be leaving. And I know this is odd, but when you read scripture and it says to you, very plainly that I go and prepare a place for you, and if I go, I'll come one day and take you in it. So it also talks about the destruction of the earth, but not its complete destruction. The earth is made to stand forever, but it doesn't mean the earth is made to stand forever in its current form. Could be Earth's going to be destroyed and be left here as an example of what happens when you rebel against the Most High God. I believe we might, Marcus, I think we might be leaving soon. I don't know about you guys, but I get the sense that there's something afoot. And it may be the case, who knows? If that's the case, I welcome it. And we must reject this shit before that time comes. Look, folks, I'm going to take off. I like this little setup. I hope you do too. You want to tell me how the background looks? I don't know if it looks okay with you. I don't know about you. This tag, Fatso. Fatso made this tag for me. Let me do that. In 2007. I don't know if you guys know who Fatso is. He's a famous tag artist in Florida, and I believe Miami. And he did that for me in 2007. I do own the main DougRice.com, but I have not done anything with it. Oh, well. All right, folks, I thank you for tuning in. I am going to probably do something later, maybe not. Stand by on TikTok, and we'll see what happens. Thank you so much for tuning in. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you. Look up some of the news I talked about, too. Now, let's see if I can get this thing going. See, now, this is where you look stupid. When you're actually trying to leave, and you can't because you got 4 screens, right? And the mouse is somewhere and you're looking for it. And, there's the mouse. It passed me. There it goes again. This is embarrassing, but I guess necessary. Let's do this shit. Let's get the hell out. Thank you. All right, let's do this shit. Oh, there it is. I got it. You guys have a good one.